everybody. Delighted to have you here. This is my good friend, my old friend, old in years of relationship, not in years, who has come to share with us the strategy that he has used to create a really amazing real estate team in San Antonio. He had planned to come and do this in Houston anyway, but we decided we might as well partner up and see if we can't do it together and do it better. So he comes with my full endorsement, and I hope that y'all open your ears, listen carefully, because I think he's got a great opportunity to present to you. Take it away, Carl.
All right, thank you, Frank. All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming out today. I am going to play us a couple of videos, and we're going to get started here. These videos will do a better job of explaining who I am than I can, so I'm going to get started right away. So my name is Carl Bishop. I am the broker and owner of AE Realty. I'm also the team leader of the Bishop Group at AE Realty. So my primary role is, being the broker and the owner of the company. So I have a lot of operational roles, but I would say I title myself more as like the head coach of the organization. We consider ourselves more of a coaching organization than an actual real estate brokerage.
I chose to work with AE Realty because of the leadership, because of Carl. I've been with Carl for about 3.5 years. He kind of changed my whole career for me when it came to real estate. It was really cutthroat, my old brokerage, but when I came to him, it was a family.
The training I offer is more one-on-one coaching and pretty much on-call support. When our agents need help, I step in and I try to make myself available for them daily. The best agent that would flourish at AE Realty would be someone who really cares about people. If an agent comes in just simply because they want to make a lot of money, it's the wrong location for them. If you have a genuine want to care about people, you will definitely flourish at AE Realty.
It's much more important to get a family into a home than to receive the paycheck. That's something that I've really learned there. There's no amount of the paycheck that really equals to seeing that family get that key and that smile on their face and just see their faces like, this is where we're gonna make memories. That's what's definitely the importance of it.
In real estate, 90% of the agents don't do the work and they don't find success. We're looking for the 10% of agents that do. So agents that aren't afraid to get on the phone and call leads and continue to work them, those are the agents that find success at our company. Our culture at AE Realty is special. I feel like we're a true family. We help each other out. Anytime one of our agents is in a bind, someone else picks up the slack for them.
My name is Carl Bishop with the Bishop Group at AE Realty. And what I'd like to tell folks out there is if you're interested in joining a group of learning-based people committed to adding value to people's lives, we can promise you that joining our group, you're going to be coached, you're going to be mentored at the absolute highest level. We have opportunities that we're going to invest in you, and we have a base level of success. Everybody within 2 years or less makes it to around a six-figure income, $100,000 to $110,000 if they commit. And so it won't be easy, it won't be overnight, but you can have success if you join our team. All right, so that's who we are. I'm gonna play one more video for you guys that Canon did for us just the other day.
What I like about AE Realty is that the broker actually is at the office, and just to have another realtors around here and peers, and just be confident that if you don't know the correct answer, they might give you a better answer than you, or just more experience. It's always good to have people around you to help you grow.
It's kind of like if you're a craftsman and you have a piece of wood in front of you and you know what you want to create, but you just don't have the right tools. In fact, you don't know what tools exist for you to create what you want to, and you come across someone who has all the tools at his disposal that he's willing to lend you and also teach you how to use. That's kind of how it felt here with AE Realty.
This is an opportunity for you and not for him. Carl is just here, trying to offer everything that he can to make you successful. It comes down to you wanting to be successful. And if you want to be in real estate and you want to be a high producer, you want to help dozens of families, and you want to be successful in life, not just in the industry, but in life altogether, then this is a place you need to be.
It's very rewarding when you can work with people that, they have your same views, they have your same goal, and eventually when you help other people and help them to fulfill their dreams, your dreams will be fulfilled as well.
All right, so that is a little bit about us. As you heard from the video, we're more of a coaching organization than an actual real estate brokerage. And I realized that early on. Wait a minute. It kept going there. Sorry about that. That's our sizzle reel. But yeah, I realized that early on, which, I would have never been successful in real estate had I not found a coach. I started off 16 years ago. I joined Keller Williams because I thought the name sounded cool, and the guy brought us pizza while we were doing our classes. So that's the reason I joined, and I had zero success. As a matter of fact, I love telling the newer agents this because it's impossible to get a slower start than I did. My first 3 years in real estate, I sold 3 houses, and they were all to my mother, so they don't even count. My mother's a local real estate investor, and she's the one that kind of was instrumental in helping me get licensed. But in my 3rd year, I found a coach, and he was a RE/MAX agent, and he had a very small office, only about 5 people, and he wouldn't even call it coaching at the time. He just said, I will teach you how to be successful, but I've got 3 rules. And I said, okay, well, what are those 3 rules? He said, rule number 1, you can't have any other jobs. You have to do this 100% of the time. This has to be your primary focus. At the time, I was kind of waiting tables to pay my bills, 27-year-old kid. And so I was like, well, how am I gonna make it to the next month? Because I know I'm only getting paid commission, right? He said, that's for you to figure out. But if you're gonna be here with me, you can't have any other jobs. I said, okay, I'll figure that out. Rule number 2 is you have to be here every morning at 8 a.m. Not 8:05, not 8:10, not 8:15, 8 a.m. every morning. And it's no 3 strikes, you're out. If you can't do that, let's just stop right now. Don't waste my time. I was like, wow, okay. And rule number 3 was you have to be dressed professionally every time I see you. And when I was 27, I kind of had like this surfer guy kind of like look. I mean, I wore torn jeans or shorts or flip-flops everywhere I went. And I even had the shell necklace and everything to go along with it. So I was in that interview literally in that same fashion. So that was a big deal for me, dressing professionally. So those were his 3 rules. And, those 3 rules changed my life. And it sounds so simple, like just showing up somewhere, focusing on 100% of the time, and dressing professionally. But those were the 3 basic habits that he taught me and that he held me accountable to. And within about a year, I became one of the top producing agents in San Antonio. Within about another year, I bought out his partner and I became the owner of that RE/MAX office. And Frank actually sold me my half of that RE/MAX office. So he approved me as a RE/MAX owner. And I've never forgiven him for it, Yeah, but and so then the rest, I was a RE/MAX broker for about 11 years. I owned 2 offices in San Antonio, and a couple years ago I went independent right after Frank had left the brand as well. And now we have AE Realty, and I'm excited about what we're going to do together here at Abbey Realty, which is we're going to roll out our development program, which simply put is a coaching program. It's not for everybody. It is a program that will turn you into a top producing agent, but it will also require a lot from you in terms of time, in terms of energy, in terms of intentionality. Like anything in life, if you want to be great at it, it's going to require a lot, you know? So those same 3 rules will exist in our coaching program here. You can't have other jobs. You can't have other businesses that take more than a couple hours of your time a week. I know some folks like to carry licenses for mortgage and real estate. You have to pick one or the other. You're going to be great at one. We're going to focus all of our time and energy on one thing. You have to be here at 8 a.m. in the morning, and we're going to teach you what to say, how to say it, when to say it. We're going to give you an amazing system to use, etc. Okay, so if you have something to write down, write this down. This is a free item of value for you all. bishopgroupcoaching.com. bishopgroupcoaching.com. In this, you will find dozens and dozens of videos for overcoming objections, practice conversations that we've practiced over the years, our lead generation platforms, and what we do to generate leads, the systems that we use, some details about our apprenticeship program, and then some book club discussion as well. Okay? So take that, whether you end up being selected or joining our program or not, this is something that you will get a ton of value from, okay? bishopgroupcoaching.com. I've worked really hard on it. If you open up these little windows here, you will see all the videos that we have completed together. There are literally, gosh, probably close to a couple hundred videos there. Years of experience in the business, and we practice every single morning. Practice makes perfect. And that's what we need to teach you how to do in our coaching program, which is how to communicate effectively, so you can set appointments which will lead to clients and which will lead to you doing business, okay? So here in Houston, we are working with Jackson Henry Mortgage Company, and I've moved my LOs over to Jackson Henry. Really excited about that opportunity. And we are going to work closely with them over here in the Frog Pond. Is that what it's called? The Frog Pond, right? Yeah, where we'll be having our coaching every single morning. So I'm really excited about the Houston market. You know, San Antonio is a different market. I've been out here for, gosh, about 3 months now. We've been doing some business together with an investor of ours. And so part of it is the lead generation platform. So I'm going to share with you our website here, myhtxhomes.com. Oh. So by a show of hands, who has a real estate website that they currently use? I'm sure that should be almost everybody, right? Because you give one away, don't you, Frank?
Every ad agent should have their hand in the air.
Okay, got a couple, all right. All right, how many people actually generate business off their website? Anybody? Lisa? All right. So this is so important. You know, 99% of all home buyers start their search online. 99.9%. I mean, it's literally everybody. And so if you don't have a great website platform that can add value to the client, that can help you convert the business, then you are pretty much at the mercy of companies like Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, Homes.com. I mean, those are the people that you're pretty much at the mercy of. If you create your own platform, you can do what we've done, which this is our Houston platform here. And you will find content, you will find some beautifully done videos as well as photos. And so this is a platform that we will use. This is the front side of our business, if you will. This is our online business. And so every person that you ever meet, you know, whether it's a person that you meet on the soccer team for your kids' soccer Or if it's a client that you meet, you know, at an open house, you want their name, their phone number, their email address, so you can plug them in to this site, okay? So my mission statement is to be the organization of choice for learning-based individuals committed to adding value to people's lives. What does that mean exactly? Learning-based. Learning-based, I like to say, is the opposite of ignorance-based. What is ignorance-based? Ignorance-based is phrases like, I am who I am, take me or leave me. Anybody heard that one? Or this is a good one, been there, done that. Heard that one before, right? Or this is my favorite because I used to say it all the time. It's the principle of the matter. Those are all ignorance-based statements, right? A learning-based statement would be, you know what, I've been there before, but let me go there again because I can experience something new. A learning-based person says, you know what, I've always been this way, but let me try to improve because I know I can be better, right? A learning-based person says, you know what, this has always been a principle for me, but before I start telling you what my principalities are, let me understand what's a principle for you. You see that difference there? It's a big difference. And we don't really hear that as often. And that is what a learning-based person says. And I like to compare it to like a person that's kind of gotten over themselves a little bit. What I find in a lot of individuals is a person becomes learning-based once they've had some real struggles in life, you know? Once they've hit rock bottom, once they've, you know, had maybe a really nasty breakup or something like that, all of a sudden a person becomes, you know what, I don't really have it all figured out. Let me find a better way, okay? So others that maybe haven't had those struggles or hardships, a lot of times you find that they're still somewhat closed to learning new things. I also like to compare it to, you know, a person that has been able to look in their past and see where they've come from and knows clearly where they want to go. That's a learning-based person, okay? And it also will require that you be very humble, like you're starting off at zero here. You know, we're gonna learn the very basics. We're gonna start off at the very, very beginning, and we're gonna grow, okay? So every morning we meet at 8 a.m. and we practice conversations. It will be a challenge for you. And I'm going to challenge one of my apprentice LOs to come up here and practice a conversation with me so we can show you guys exactly what we're going to do. They're starting to leave the room now as we talk, right? They're picking up and leaving. But so every morning we practice. We practice every single morning. We practice how to set appointments, how to add value to the client, okay? You know, and that's another part of it too. You want to think in a sense of permanence, which is, you know, I'm not going to be doing this for 6 months. I'm not going to be doing this for 6 years. I'm going to be doing this for as long as I'm able to do it, period. And so if you think that way, it's not about selling a person a house today. It could be about selling them a house 10 years from now, or maybe selling their grandkids a house at some point. And you can add value to people through an amazing platform like this all throughout the time that they're alive, really, you know. What does a homeowner need? Like, I mean, how many have got those calls, right? If you've ever bought leads or made phone calls, oh, I love my house, I'm never moving, thanks, but no thanks, right? We have a script that helps you add value to that person because maybe they're not moving for the foreseeable future, but at some point they're gonna need to move. And so how can we add value to that person? First thing we wanna ask them is, have they filed their homestead exemption? We can save them some money on their taxes. A lot of agents, they get them into their house, they never tell them to file their homestead exemption. A lot of people have other exemptions. Maybe it's a disability, maybe it's they're a veteran and they have an exemption there as well. So we can help save them some money on their taxes. Do they challenge their taxes every year? Do they contest their taxes? I don't know about you guys here in Houston, but in San Antonio, Bexar County has gotten incredibly ridiculous with their values of property. And so we help people contest their taxes if they're a homeowner. Maybe they've got all that in check, they've contested their taxes, they've filed all their homestead exemptions. What does every homeowner want? Every homeowner wants to know what their neighbors are doing, right? So we can set them up to receive updates once a week, every time one of their neighbors puts their home on the market. So they'll get an email with details, photos, etc. Okay? So we're going to practice a little conversation here, and then I'm going to give it some time to open up for questions and stuff. Who's going to do it? I know Philip ran out as soon as I said that. Benjamin, you want to give it a shot? All right, come on up here, Benjamin. Let's give him a round of applause, everybody. Benjamin. All right. Yeah, I'm all done. Yeah. There. Yep. So Benjamin is 22 years old. He's been with me for about a year. Benjamin had a record-setting May. I think he's still got 2 or 3 to go, but he's closed how many deals in May? Ben?
7.
7 transactions in May. 22 years old. So Benjamin, I was searching on my HTX Homes, and I was looking at houses in Alden Bridge. What's the price range in Alden Ridge? $450. So I was looking at houses in the $400,000 to $500,000 range. Okay? I was on the website last night looking at them, and so my name is John Smith. You say ring ring, I say hello.
Oh, my hands are getting sweaty. All right. Ring ring.
Hello.
Hi, John.
It's John speaking.
Hey, John, how you doing? This is Ben with Jackson Henry Mortgage and AE Realty. How's your day going?
Better until you called.
Well, John, you know, I promise you I'm not going to take too much of your time. I'm just giving you a follow-up call, John, because I noticed yesterday you're active on our website, myhtxhomes.com. You're looking at some homes in the Alden Bridge area. I'm just following up with you. Are you considering making a move?
Yeah, we're thinking about it. You know, the wife, she's always on the website looking at houses, but we're not really interested.
Okay, well, if you don't mind me asking, John, what's your current situation right now? Do you rent or do you own where you're staying at?
Right now, we're renting.
Awesome. And how long have you been at your current place?
Man, we've been here too long, almost 3 years now.
3
We've been
years?
renting this place, yeah.
And is that a month-to-month or are you on a lease?
We're month to month. We've been month to month for about the last 6 months now.
Okay, so there's not really a long-term commitment there. If per se, you know, you see something that you like, we're able to get you into a home. How much are you paying a month, if you don't mind me asking?
Gosh, I'm paying $2,200 a month in rent. Ridiculous.
$2,200 a month in rent?
Yep.
And you've been there for about 3 years?
Yes, sir.
And you've been paying that consecutively?
I sure have.
You know, for $2,200 a month, John, you know, you get yourself a nice piece of property out here in Houston, and you'll definitely see a return on your investment as well, opposed to renting. You know, yes, it does put a roof over your head for the meantime, you know, but you're essentially not going to see that money come back to you. If you don't mind, what do you do for a living?
I work for Exxon. I'm an executive out there. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Certainly, we just had another baby as well, so we need to get out of this rental.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to need some more space. How long have you been at Exxon for?
I've been here for 10 years.
10 years? Awesome. And how'd you start out? Did you have to go to school for your position, or?
Yeah, I went to UT, and they hired me right out of college.
Nice. What'd you study?
I studied business.
Awesome. Hook 'em
Yep.
horns, right?
Yeah, hook 'em horns, baby. Hook 'em horns.
All right. And I noticed you said, you know, you and your wife had another baby. Just for my notes' sake, what's your wife's name?
Samantha.
Samantha? What does Samantha like to do for a living?
Well, right now she's taking care of the baby, but usually she's a teacher. She teaches 2nd grade at a local school here.
Awesome, awesome. How long has she been doing that for?
Oh man, she's been a teacher since I met her. Actually, been over 13 years.
All right, that's fantastic. You know, and you just had a baby. I definitely want to help you guys, you know, get some more space. How many kids do you have, if you don't mind?
So this was our 3rd.
Okay, so you're definitely gonna need some space then. Yeah.
We need space bad, and this rental that we're in is tiny. So.
All right. Well, how many bedroom and bath are you needing?
I'd like at least a 4-bedroom if we could find it.
Okay. And the price range that you want to stay within, what's your max that you're comfortable with?
We really need to keep it under 400 if possible. I mean, I don't want to be house rich and poor and everything else. So,
correct.
Yeah.
You know, well, you could be house rich, slightly poor and everything else, you know, but you'll build equity in that home over the course of the years, obviously, because you'll see, you know, you're paying down that note. Your house is also appreciating at the same time. Ooh, I lost my train of thought.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Oh man. So what I'm going to do for you, John, is I'm going to set you up on a safe search here through our website. It's going to be a little bit more tailored to what you're needing.
Okay.
Is just to confirm the email, what's a good email for us to send those properties to?
JohnTheExxonGuy@gmail.com.
All right, so John, I'm going to be sending these properties to your email. They're going to come in titled The Bishop Group. There's going to be a hyperlink in that email. Click that link, it's going to take you straight to the properties that we're pulling that are specifically tailored to what you need. And I'm also looking at my calendar, John. I'm sure you're a very busy person, you know, working with Exxon. What time would best work for you for us to meet? We'll get you some more details on some off-market opportunities that we might have that might interest you. These are homes that haven't hit the market just yet, so you'll be able to get a crack at them first. Also, we want to set you up with one of our in-house lenders to go ahead and start that pre-approval process for you, because we want to be leading you in the right direction, and we want to make sure that we have all our T's checked off. What time works best for you?
Well, I don't want to waste your time. And, you know, I know it costs a ton of money. We don't have any money saved up, and so maybe this would be better for, you know, a year or two from now.
Well, we do offer some great down payment assistance programs. You know, they help aid in your down payment, and depending on the percentage that you get, you know, they can also cover a portion of your closing costs. But there's also room for negotiation on certain properties depending on the situation. We could also potentially get your closing costs covered while also giving you down payment assistance. So you have the opportunity to get into this home for little to nothing. How does that sound to you?
Wow, I didn't know that existed. I thought you needed 20% down.
No, that's wrong. 20% down does sound nice, and you know, it will make your payment cheaper, but this down payment assistance isn't going to increase your payment. There's no interest or anything paid on it. It's simply a gift money given to you from the organization that we use. We definitely want to get you some more information on that, and we can share more here at the office. What time works best for you, John?
Well, don't you have to have perfect credit? I don't. I don't have perfect credit, man. I don't think I'm ready.
Well, John, if you don't mind me asking, how have you been monitoring your credit?
Credit Karma.
Credit Karma? And what is Credit Karma telling you right now?
I'm like at a 640-ish.
640?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have fair credit, I would say. You know, you don't need a perfect 700 score to get into a home. We can originate as low as 580. Now for the down payment assistance program, there's an overlay. You need a 620, but if you're at a 640, it's worth giving it a shot, because even if Credit Karma might be slightly inaccurate and you're a little bit below the 620, we have the tools and resources to help you get above that 620 so we can get you to where you need to be, and we can get you into that home, because pretty soon your newborn baby is going to grow up and start walking, and that 3-bedroom apartment that you're in is definitely not going to be suitable for you.
Man, you are right, Ben. Man, you're speaking the truth. But you know what? My wife, she hates it when I set stuff up without checking with her. So can I call you back at this number?
Well, John, I'll do you the favor. How about this, John? I'll do you the favor. If you don't mind, I could give your wife a call for you. I could let her know we chatted up, you know, sing your praises, and let her know this is something that we'd like to do, but we definitely want your blessing.
Oh, then she'd get really mad at me if you did that. Well, I'll tell you what, she's off on Saturdays. So I know if we're going to do something, it's going to have to be on a Saturday.
Okay, so I'm looking at my calendar, John. I know there's not a time set in stone. How does 1:30 sound for you?
Perfect.
All right, so I'm gonna tentatively put you down, because I know you still have to talk with your wife, see if things are good for that time. But in the meantime, you know, you're set in our calendar, 1:30 this Saturday. We're gonna be sending you properties. We're also gonna get together some off-market opportunities that we can share with you when you come in. And I'll be following up with you on Friday to confirm if we're still good for 1:30 and if you've had that chance to talk to your wife.
Awesome, man. Man, if you can help me get a house, I'm gonna be forever in your debt. So.
And you're in no debt with me, John. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Do you have any questions?
That's it. Where am I going? Where am I going on Saturday?
So in the email, John, I'm gonna send you a calendar invite. It's gonna have our address and everything. I don't know the address here yet. We're located off Oak Ridge, so you know, but put it into your Google Maps, and it will lead you straight to us. All that will be included in this invite that I'm sending to your email, and it will also be in the email that we're sending the properties with.
Right on. Okay, we'll see you Saturday then, Ben.
Alrighty.
Appreciate you, man.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, John.
All right.
My goodness, man.
Good job, good job, good job. So write this down, okay? Write this down if you're taking notes. Ford. Ford. It's an acronym for family, okay? Occupation, recreation, dreams, okay? Ford. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Ben was hitting all over that. He was talking about the family. He was talking about what they did for a living. Talked about, you know, all sorts of stuff. He was building rapport. Ford is how you will build rapport with people, all right? And so Ben did a great job working Ford on that, okay? Every conversation should lead to an appointment. And as you can see there, I tried to really, you know, get him off, and he just did not give up. Good job, Ben. And he got that appointment, okay? Every conversation should lead to an appointment. Every conversation. Appointments, you got this beautiful office here, you know? You have to leverage that. A lot of people say, well, you know, it's too far. You know, I live in Katy. You know, I live in Pearland. You know, it's about an hour and a half drive to get here. But you know what? There's a tremendous ROI, return on your investment, if you come and make the drive, okay? I'm gonna give you some valuable information. I'm gonna help you put together a plan to get into a home. And so you wanna elevate the importance of meeting. I tell you these days, and I talk to a lot of agents, they say, oh, you know, online leads, they don't work, you know? They're bad, you know? And what I get is you've gotta set appointments. There's something really bad happening in our industry where, you know, there's a couple companies out there, I won't say any names, Zillow, they're trying to replace us with an app, right? Open Door. We don't need a realtor, you got the app, you know? And if all we are is glorified door openers, then we should be replaced by an app, you know? We have to be something different. We have to be trusted guides, professionals, consultants. We're gonna guide you, we're gonna lead you for the best results in this transaction. Real estate is still a typically, for the most part, complicated transaction for a lot of people. And so that's why we really push with the consultation first, okay? And so every conversation should lead to an appointment here in the office or at their home for a listing consultation, okay? And so we'll talk about that a little bit more. So these are the conversations that you're gonna be having every single day. And Ben, 22-year-old young man, been in the business about 8 months total. He started off as one of my apprentices, and then he got licensed. Has about, what do you say, maybe 15 conversations like that a day, Ben? What'd you say? And that's why he did 7 deals in the month of May, right? He's having those conversations every single day, right? So that's essentially what we're gonna teach you how to do in this program, okay? We're gonna teach you how to communicate. We're gonna teach you how to inspire confidence over the phone. We're gonna teach you how to add value to people and ultimately to set more appointments, which will be more business for you and more income for your future and family, all right? So we covered a good bit of stuff today. If you want more details on the program, or I guess we had a sign-in sheet, right? Frank, did we get that out? Okay, everybody sign in? Okay. So yep, get signed in if you haven't signed in. We will share more details. We're trying to start next week. So if you're interested in this program, let us know right away, okay? And we'll be giving you a call. And we may even have a little time to sit and meet with you if you have time after the meeting here as well, okay? If you are a licensed agent, then you will be directly in our development program. If you do not have a license, we still want to talk to you. You may have potential in our apprenticeship program, okay? If you're a loan originator, same thing, you'll go right into our development program if you're not already working on another team or something like that, okay? Questions? Yep.
Carl, I've had a lot of agents ask me if they join this team, do they have to leave Abbey Realty?
Absolutely not. No. No, you'll still be a part of Abbey Realty. As a matter of fact, we'll be adding more agents from other organizations that'll be a part of Abbey Realty as well. Okay, I love what Frank has done here. I mean, it's been phenomenal, and so it's going to work perfectly with what we want to do. Okay, questions? Yes, ma'am.
If you do become involved, how long exactly? Is there a commitment for a certain amount of time?
24 months. So we want 24 months of your time, and so that sounds like a long time, but it goes by like this. Really, it takes about 3 to 6 months to start getting the results that Ben is already seeing now, okay? But that's the expectation, right? If you're in this program, expect 7 deal months, you know? Expect to do millions and millions of dollars worth of production, okay? 24 months is over, we sit down and we celebrate because you've been successful. Nobody stays in the program 24 months without being successful. We sit down and we celebrate and we talk about the next phase of agent development. Or Frank has some wonderful independent options. We can always shake hands and say, hey, it's been fun, and now you run your business the way you want to, okay? So it's a 24-month commitment, all right? Questions? Anybody else? That was a good one. Yep.
The 24 months, you said be here at 8 o'clock in the morning?
8 o'clock in the morning. So for the first 6 months, you'll be here at 8. We'll practice conversations for 30 minutes. We make phone calls till 11. You get a 4-hour window to go on appointments or do whatever you would like, and then we bring you back in from 3 to 6, okay? Now that's only for the first 6 months because you're gonna get so busy that you won't be able to do that 3 to 6 deal after about 6 months, okay? But we still have you here from 8 to 11 for the duration of the 24 months, okay? So, but yeah, good question there.
So 8 to 11 for the full 24 months?
For the full 24 months. For the first 6 months, we bring you back in from 3 to 6. Because that's the is to get you so busy that in the afternoons you'll be showing houses. You'll be showing houses, writing contracts, dealing with people. So, and we'll go into a lot of depth there too. It's prospecting is where we start. Prospecting is where we draw our foundation, but it's everything as well. We're teaching you how to negotiate. We're going to teach you how to set expectations with the client. We're going to teach you how to do all the parts of being a successful real estate agent, okay? So, and you know, I've seen a lot of different transactions over the years, but even I come across new stuff, even though I've seen thousands and thousands of them. So we will come across some challenges, but that's also part of the fun, you know, is finding out new things and figuring those out as well. So, but yeah, we're going to start off with that schedule. Yes, ma'am.
So the lead generation system that you use, do you find that it's better than KV Core, or do you think it has similar things, or is it kind of the same?
KV Core is a great platform. I know some agents that have a ton of success with KV Core. I use Real Geeks. Real Geeks is the platform that I've used for the past 8 years. I feel it's better for SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization, because we have a long-term strategy as well. Like what Canon is doing here with this recording, I mean, we're gonna be making a ton of video and we're gonna be generating a ton of leads, not just from Facebook or from, you know, PPC, pay per click. We're gonna be generating them organically, okay? And I think Real Geeks is the best platform for that. They all have their different bells and whistles. I would rank Real Geeks up there with KV Core, Boomtown, Commissions Inc. I mean, those are all great platforms. So, but we'll be using Real Geeks. And so if you do have a KV Core platform now that you're using, but you do want to get in the program, you would have to step away from that platform and focus all your time and energy on this one. Okay? That's where all the leads will be. Yes, ma'am.
Monetary investment, or what is it?
No, we believe in sweat equity. So there's not going to be any cost, but the expectations will be high. We don't want you to miss days. We want you to be on time. We actually want you to be early. We have that old saying, 15 minutes early is on time is late, and 15 minutes late is unacceptable. So, and that's the same thing too, like coaching, great coaching is just helping you develop great habits, right? Because if you show up on time every day to work, then you'll show up on time to that appointment, right? If you show up professionally every day that you're here, then you'll show up professionally when you go on that appointment. So it's helping you create or develop great habits, okay? Any other questions? Yes, sir. Okay.
Who are we calling?
Right, so we've purchased a database, and these are old leads, okay? These are leads that have been generated over the past 2 or 3 years, either through Facebook or through Google. And they're great to get practice on. As a matter of fact, all of our apprentices, for the first 3 months, we don't give them the fresh leads, we give them old leads. And it's a real simple call. Hey, this is Frank with Abbey Realty. I'm calling you today because you're in our database. Looks like about a year ago you were looking for a house in the Woodlands, and we're following up, we're updating our database. Are you still in the market for a home? Did you ever find what you were looking for back then? If you don't mind me asking, are you renting or do you currently own, right? And you're gonna find as you make those calls and make those calls, you're gonna get some great clients from just calling that old database. But once the leads, once the development program matures a little bit, we'll be buying new leads, okay? New leads are people like, they're looking at a house right now on the website. They're looking at a $400,000 house in Alden Ridge, you know, and we'll be picking up the phone and calling them. So the leads will get better as time goes, but for the first 3 months, we'll be calling old leads, which there's a lot of value in those. But good question, Frank. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. So apprenticeship is where we take unlicensed people. You must be pursuing your license, so you must have already taken a class and be moving forward in that. It's a 3 to 6 month program where essentially you do the same thing, you prospect, okay? Now, when you're unlicensed, there's several things that you can't say, okay? So we have to be very careful that we're fully compliant with the Texas Real Estate Commission there, but we teach you that. And you know what's great about apprenticeship is you can't say a lot of things, but that's the best way to prospect. The best communication is asking great questions and listening, not giving a bunch of info. And I see a lot of realtors, especially ones that have been around for a while, you know, they're just sitting there, you know, rattling off info constantly, and the person exits that call and really got no value. If you ask great questions, which you're allowed to do as an apprentice, and you listen and take great notes, then you've won in that conversation. So as an apprentice, you essentially have the same hours, but you're not able to sell. So you're setting the other agents up in the program. So for the first 3 to 6 months, you're setting everybody up. That encourages you to get your license done, because while they're out making thousands of dollars, you know, you're making $10 a consultation. So you'll want to move pretty quickly through that program. But yeah, that's essentially how apprenticeship works. No, once you become licensed and pass the test, you go right into the agent development program. So, and then your 24-month cycle starts, okay? Apprenticeship is great. Ben back there who had this conversation started off as one of my apprentices. And you know, he was setting the other agents up and the other LOs up, and then he got his license, and now he's closing those deals. So, yeah, great way to start. Great way to start, so. Yes, ma'am?
Is it all phone prospecting, or are there any mailroom?
It's all phone.
All phone.
It's all phone. It's all phone prospecting, internet leads. There's a lot of ways to succeed in life and in business. I know this way really well, you know? And so we're not gonna deviate. Carl Bishop will never ask you to do an open house. Carl Bishop will never ask you to go knock on some doors. I'll never ask you to do a mailer, you know? If you wanna do those things, great. But I'm gonna ask you how many conversations you had today, how many phone calls you made, you know? I'm gonna ask you how many appointments you set. That's what Carl Bishop will ask you. And I'm gonna give you the leads to complete that. So, and then I'm gonna teach you what to say, and I'm gonna give you the system to complete it as well. So that's the only really part that we do. So, because I know it so well, you know? So, questions? Yes, ma'am.
So any current clients, leads, anything like that I have, because we're not leaving Abby, it's not conflicting, if you help me grow those leads, is that something that you would do as well? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a big list.
You have okay. So you have a list of current clients that you're working with? Okay. And are they like internet generated, or how have you developed that list?
A lot of them are obsolete internet generated.
Okay. And when you say you're working with them, I mean they're pre-approved, making offers with them, or just kind of people you're talking to?
I'd say probably 60 to 70% of them are just contacts that I reach out to once a week.
Okay.
And probably 20 to 30 that are active.
Okay. So that's a good list. We're going to help you capitalize on that list, okay? And we're also going to really, you know, generate a lot more for you. And so it's good that you've put that together. And a lot of agents I see, they've got these lists, but it's not producing income for them yet. And so we're going to teach you how to make it produce income. We're going to teach you how to close. Closing people, that's a big part of it, you know. And it comes from confidence, it comes from knowledge, it comes from discipline. And then you'll be able to close those folks. You'll be able to turn those 30 leads into, 10 transactions. And so we'll help you accomplish that. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
So I was just going to ask, like other systems, because we're using Dotloop and all that stuff, you would be...
Dotloop is the same platform that we will use.
And also the commission split, what is that?
Good question. So it's a 50-50 split on everything, okay? And that's for the full 24 months. Now, that sounds like a lot, but you've got to remember that we're going to be giving you a ton of business, okay? And so we're not only going to be giving you the business and teaching you how to prospect yourself, we'll be setting you up on stuff. Your name was, ma'am? Nancy. We'll be saying, hey, Nancy, we've got a pre-approved buyer that wants to look at houses this weekend. They're good to go for $450K. Can you show them houses? We'll be handing you leads like that, okay? And so those opportunities will be rewarded throughout the program. So if you get good, obviously, we want to reward you and give you more clients, okay? And so it is that 50-50 split, no cap or anything like that, 50-50 straight for 24 months, okay? The goal is, too, to help you generate a database of people that you've done a good job in because you're in our program, because you've got Frank and I here helping you to be great agents. After 24 months, you'll be generating a ton of business from referral from the people that you've already helped. Hey, my cousin needs a house. And so that's why in the second phase, and we'll talk about that at a later date, it gets better for you, okay? Or it may just be an opportunity to move back into the Abby agent pool and continue to have your business produce at a high level, okay?
So all the, currently like Lisa coaches us on every single thing that I don't know
Yeah.
how to do, so that would take place with the AE team?
Yes, Lisa will be instrumental. She'll be able to add a ton of value. We're working together with her. And you've got access to all the educational stuff that falls outside of those times. And we'll be as disciplined as we can with those hours of prospecting. Beyond that, your time is yours, and we want you to be working with clients, working with Lisa, working with Frank, and leveraging them as well. Yep.
To be clear, this would be your only coaching relationship in a formal, compensated sense. All of us are here to help you at any time, but that's your leader, your coach, your team leader.
So I love you guys. I was gonna say, when you're nervous at 11:30.
Yes, ma'am.
How about branding? Are we still branded under Abby?
Yes, you are still branded Abby Realty. Branding, I'm glad you brought that up. Branding now more is about you as a person. We were with the great brand for years in RE/MAX, but people don't look at brands the same anymore. They look at the people. So we're going to help you develop your own brand. And you as a realtor, as a professional, we're gonna showcase that. Abby Realty, AE Realty is kind of the platform, but we're gonna be showcasing you and helping you develop your brand, okay? So, and that's one of the reasons too, that I left RE/MAX, because it was a great brand, it's a pretty balloon, but there was really no value associated with it. All the value was with what we created.
Just to follow up on that, just like we have teams in Abby now, like the home run team, it's the home run team at Abby Realty. This is the AE team at Abby Realty. It functions like any other team.
Correct.
I also have to put in a plug because she is currently on a team.
Okay.
That has to be separated. You can only be on one team. Y'all are all under Abby, but either AE or BB Realty. Not both. I know. I figured that.
Yep. So, and if you are on a team, you may want to take a good look at what kind of value you're getting from that team. We don't want to, we want healthy competition here, but at the same time, this program works, and we've got a proven track record. I've taken, 22-year-olds and turned them into top producers. I've taken waiters and waitresses, stay-at-home mom. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, hundreds. And so we can get you there. It's going to be difficult. It's going to require a lot of you, but we feel our team is better than any, not just in the Houston area, but or Texas. I mean, we feel it's the best in the nation. So, something to think about. Yeah. Yes.
So, what are some of the reasons people aren't successful or agents aren't successful?
So, if you get removed from the program, you will definitely know why. All right. Nobody ever gets removed and not know why. What I will say is some people are unable to commit to the requirements. They show up late, or they're showing up inconsistently. They're showing up without the right mindset. They're not making the phone calls. They're not learning based, okay? They're not taking what we're teaching them and implementing it, okay? Because if you take what we teach you and implement it, you will be successful. If you don't, then you will struggle. But you know, it's funny because I coach, Greg Harrelson's one of my coaches, amazing guy. He's a Century 21 broker on the East Coast. And he has a similar program to mine. And he says about 3 to 6 months in, you know, a lot of people, they almost set their watch by it. People, you know, start to think that he sold them a bag of beans, you know. And that's kind of the thing as well. Like, you're going to do it for so long, you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to start thinking, man, I've been making these calls, and it just hasn't happened for me yet. That's a good sign, because that means that success is very close. And that's when most people quit. They quit at the height of their frustration, at the peak where it's like, man, I just can't make it happen. And I say that's a blessing, because success is on the other side of it. Okay, so when it gets hard, that's when you know you're getting close, all right? Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
What would you say is the biggest issue with your program, with your group, or like the concept of what you're selling, pretty much?
Repeat that?
What is the biggest issue that you think is with your program or with the group that you run?
So, you know, a lot of people will tell you that they can give you coaching. And most people are like travel agents. They're sending people to places they've never been, right? And coaching, in my opinion, comes with accountability, right? And so you have to have a coach that's going to hold you accountable. I mean, there's some great coaching work. Brian Buffini, Tom Ferry. I mean, I've worked with them all, and they're great. But there's no accountability, right? There's zero accountability. What are they going to do? You're paying them a fee, you know? And so I would say the biggest issue is the accountability element. Everybody says they want accountability till it comes. Everybody wants the six-pack until you got to eat broccoli every day and go to the gym every morning at 6 a.m., right? Show us. Yeah, exactly. I'm suffering there too. So, but this is what it is. This is the six-pack, you know, of real estate, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be an issue. It's going to be frustrating. But if you stick with it and you do it, you will be successful. You'll be like young Ben over there, closing 7 deals after only being in the program for 7-8 months. So that would be it. You had a question over here?
Well, I understand we're talking about is this 52 weeks a year? There's even during holidays, family times, whatever. Is it 52 weeks out of the year?
No, we take off, you know, Christmas and, you know, holidays and things like that.
And how do you handle when, or if there are family scenarios and emergencies or hospitalizations or those kinds of things that occur?
We can be flexible. I mean, we want to sound very rigid up front, because it is. Like, success is like 99%, you know? You show up 99 days and one day you're going to have a flat tire. One day someone's going to get sick, you know? And that's when you say, okay, well, hey, we're here to help. And that's how we are here. I mean, we're close. We see each other every single day. We're getting hung up together. You know, you'll hear me take calls and I'll get cursed out. You know, I mean, it happens to me too. You know, it happens all the time. But we go through it together. And so as things arise, we can always be flexible there. But we don't want to really sound flexible at the beginning, because, you know, that's another thing when people say, who fails in this? People that can't be consistent. And they fail in the program. What we're teaching you is habits of consistency. Showing up every day, showing up professionally, focusing on only this. So, well, looks like we're all out of time. Thank you so much. And so, next steps, if you're interested, let Frank know right away. We're looking to put together a short list, and we could set up a Zoom call, or I'll be in town for another day and also be in town next week, so we can meet and talk about it. Okay?
So, actually, I have a little family emergency I have to leave for, so don't come tell me right now. I'm going to presume that everybody here wants more information. You want the follow-up, you want the conversation. If that's not the case, let me know. We'll just cross you off the list. Okay?
Fair enough. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.